What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory, where today we are starting with 5 more run-throughs of the minor league SBC to see if we can pack one of the brand new show... Wait, what are they called? I can't remember what they're called. Calafiori. Oh, God damn it, this game. To pack one of the new things. I'm going to have to restart the game, guys. One of those new, what are they called? Prime Time. I was going to call it Showstopper. There's also some Man of the Match cards in packs that look really, really brilliant. But I think mostly today, guys, I want to kind of like just talk about where I'm at with this game at the moment. And obviously, you know, like, when we started this RTG, the intentions, as always, were to grind the account as much as possible, to build multiple different facets of teams to take on tournaments and gauntlets and champs and rivals. The idea in my head before the start of this new game was to actually actively try and get better at the game. And to actively kind of engage in all of the content that was there. And I've kind of done that up until now. But now, there is just... there is just a roadblock. So, for example, this week I haven't played squad battles. Usually we have squad battles rewards. EA have updated the AI, and it's made squad battles significantly more challenging, which in and of itself isn't really a problem, but it is not fun when the rewards are not significantly improved along with it. And I also think that it's just way easier, faster, and more efficient now to grind the League SBC, the minor one specifically. You know, I can get more packs from that. Like, you know, 16 games, 18 games of squad battles take somewhere in the region of like 3 to 4 hours for those packs that you get. If I grinded League SBCs for 3 to 4 hours, I mean, I'd probably end up doing it about like 25 to 35 times. So it's just way better, right, in terms of that time efficiency. Also, we're like kind of like getting cards now as well nicely to be able to complete some SBCs, and there is one specific SBC that I want to complete today. Of course, that is the Heinz SBC. She's come out as a Arsenal versus Bayern. I don't even know what it is. It's like showdown, but player pick. So we're going to build her today, pop her into the team to play some games with. But then also, like, the actual gameplay right now, this game's never been perfect, right? Like, even if you think back to the RTGs way back when, you know, go back to FIFA 14, FIFA 15, FIFA 16. First of all, those RTGs were like, they were a bit more sparse, you know, it wasn't daily uploads. It was when I had something to upload sort of thing. They didn't last very long. It was kind of like, usually like a race to Division 1 or a specific like objective set that you was going for, and once you achieved that, the RTG was kind of over. But it was always stressful even back then. Wow, we are not getting any of the Libertadores or Sudamericana cards. That's disappointing. And so where this gameplay is now, I don't think, like, I don't want to talk about this whilst I'm playing a game, because I don't want it to come across as like I'm complaining because I'm losing or whatever. I don't even really want it to come across as I'm complaining. This isn't me. I mean, it is kind of me complaining, but I'm more just kind of giving my thoughts on where we're at, right? And I'm at a position with this game where playing the actual game isn't enjoyable. Like, for the most part, it's just not enjoyable. The way people play this game, and I don't blame the people that play the game the way they play the game. In video games, especially in competitive games and games like FIFA and things like that, whatever, people will find the easiest and quickest method to winning games. And that's fair enough. I do the same thing. I try and utilize overpowered game mechanics myself. I try and abuse things myself. You know, I have some stints where I try and play football, and it doesn't last very long because, lo and behold, if you try and play football in this game, you're just going to have a bad time, you know, for the most part. Not a single walkout out of all of that. Is devastating. And so yeah, the like actually playing this game because of the way it is to be played is really, really sad. And there was a tweet today from a creator called Mendy Furland. Bendy Merland. So, yeah, I can't remember his name, sorry, off the top of my head. And he showed a picture of Van Rachana, who's a 47 rated right wing, with 1 in stats, every stat, but with every playstyle. And he said this card would be the best card in the game. And he is absolutely correct, because last year, if you were missing out certain playstyles and certain playstyle pluses, especially as we started getting to that stage of like having 2 PS pluses and stuff, if you didn't have the optimum premium playstyle plus on, you were just at a massive disadvantage. And it turns out EA knew that, because at the start of this year, when they created FC26, they put posts out saying, no, like playstyles and playstyle pluses will now be like an addition to the stat, not the kind of like focus point ahead of it. But that's just not the reality. You can have players with really, really high level passing. Like, for example, this Ethan Nwaneri, you know, we talked about him a couple of videos ago, because I really didn't like whatsoever the this version of Ethan Nwaneri. Now, they're both very similar in their stats. They're both very similar in their skill moves and weak foots. There's a few discrepancies here and there. But the one big thing is that this Nwaneri does not have incisive, and even more importantly, in my opinion, does not have tiki-taka, whereas this Ethan Nwaneri does have tiki-taka, and my good lord, is it noticeable. It's crazy how much just getting that tiki-taka on him makes a world of difference. And it shouldn't be that way. And the reason why it shouldn't be that way is because what ends up happening is, as we've seen this year already now, what ends up happening is people will go and find the best, most overpowered, most affordable players with the best play styles, and that's what they will use. And like, for example, Claudia Pina is so good in this game in spite of her lack of pace, because she has 4-star skill moves, she has 5-star weak foot, she has low driven plus, which is like one of the most overpowered playstyle pluses in the game. She has decent stats, but more importantly, she has technical, ticky, and incisive, and finesse shot, and low driven plus. Like, if you could handpick playstyles, the only one you would probably change on this card is you would probably take off dead ball and put on first touch. That's about it. She's got technical for the swivel dribbling. She's got the 5-star weak foot to shoot wherever you can find the shot. She's got incisive for those crazy like first time chip through balls, or just in general the very strong through balls that are here. She's got ticky for that easy passing in the box. She's got finesse shot silver, which is more than good enough to score good finesse shots from the top of the box, and she's got low driven plus. Like, you don't need more than this. And the sad reality is that the reason why this card is so good, like so far and above, like I was watching Ozio today, and he was stand by the fact that he doesn't like Mbappe up front, he'd rather have Claudia Pina. That's insane to me. Like, that's insane to me. And why do you think somebody specifically as good as Ozio might not like Mbappe up front? Why? I'll tell you why. Doesn't have tiki-taka, doesn't have incisive pass, doesn't have technical, doesn't have a 5-star weak foot. Yes, he has got the low driven. Yes, he's got the finesse shot. Yes, he's got first touch. But he's missing, in this current meta, he is missing 3 absolutely key playstyles. And so I thought to myself, one of the things, like, I thought to myself, like, I've thought long and hard about even wanting to say these words out loud, because I don't want this to become an Arsenal Evo RTG again, like it was last year and like it was the year before. However, Evos are the only saving grace that I've got. The Evos are the only thing that I'm enjoying in this game right now. What I also don't want to do is start Evoing like the crappers, so to speak, the lowest rated cards in the game, because we already have the crappers. So what I want to do, and I've already kind of started it over the last couple of days with some Evos. I've put some Evos in. We've got Lotyem in there. He is like a low rated player, but still. And I've evoed that goalkeeper up, and I've got another player that I had in mind for one of the Evos that no Arsenal players fit into. But I kind of want to just start Evoing fun players, like players that I can get to being meta. Like, I want to Evo, for example, a striker that has got low driven, 5-star weak foot, finesse shot, tiki-taka, incisive pass, and technical. And I think one of the reasons why I love this Trossard is because he has like quite a lot of what I love, what is meta in the game. He is 5-star, 5-star. He's got obviously real nice stats, but then he's got low driven, he's got finesse shot. Okay, he doesn't have tiki or incisive. Hopefully I'll be able to put one on there, and he doesn't have technical either. But this Gabriel Jesus, similarly as well, does have technical, does have incisive, and once he's finished on the Evo path, almost like, I almost want to say this like tongue-in-cheek, but it's not tongue-in-cheek. Once this Gabriel Jesus is finished, he will have a 5-star weak foot with finesse shot plus, incisive pass, and technical, and first touch. This card is going to be obscene when it's finished. And so all of a sudden, I'm going to have some real cool cards up there. But as I say, guys, I don't want to turn this into like an Arsenal Evo RTG, but I do think this is, like the Crappers, this is going to turn into an Evo RTG. And I think obviously there's going to be a heavy dominance on Arsenal players when it comes to creating Evos. But just today, as a prime example, I've started evoing, like, well, actually, let me show you the team. Let me show you the teams. Let me get off of these squads here. Let me select a squad that has nothing to do with Arsenal. Create new squad. Let's just type in some names here. When we already go to the club and we look at the players that I've got in Arsenal, we've got an Evo Saka, but he's not really Evo'd, same as Rice. We've got an Evo Trossard. We've got a Zubamendi promo card. I've got 2 versions of Nwaneri already. I've got this Calafiori and this Lewis Skelly. I've also got Urian Timber, Marino Kepa. Then I've got some of the players that haven't Evo'd yet again. But I've got an Evo Zubamendi and a non-Evo and a promo Zubamendi. I've got an Evo Havertz. I've got this Evo Lewis Skelly and the promo Lewis Skelly. And it feels like similarly for the women now, we're going to be in a situation where there's no point me evoing Vibem Moy anymore. There's no point me evoing Little anymore. There's no point me evoing Hines anymore, even though I've evoed her, because she's got a promo card. And so I think I'm finally at that point kind of internally to be like, yeah, do you know what? If an Arsenal player fits the Evo and it makes sense and it makes them very good, I will use them. But if an Arsenal player doesn't fit the Evo and doesn't make sense, I won't use them. I'll just use somebody else. We've got so many Evos this year that I will have more than enough to Evo Arsenal players and non-Arsenal players. And so, for example, the big fella, this is one that I've been putting off for ages because the only Arsenal player that fits into it, you've got like this Zubamendi card, and by the time he's finished, just looks terrible. No passing play styles, poor stats, like it's just pointless. The other player that we put in here from Arsenal is Norgard. Where's he? There he is. And equally, this card just looks absolutely atrocious with no passing play styles again. So I'm sitting there thinking, do you know what I should be doing? Even if it is Chouameni, has he got tiki-taka? No, he doesn't have any passing play styles either. Maybe he'll be good as a centre-back, actually. But, I mean, he might be good as a centre-back, to be fair, Chouameni. Like, he looks quite good there, to be fair. But what I should be doing is, does this Ward-Prowse have tiki-taka? No. I should be finding a player that has got tiki and incisive. So we've got tiki on Urena here. She's got tiki and pinged. And I should be looking at, like, what does this card look like? Now, she's got 99 defending right now, so it's kind of a bit of a moot point. But what I should be doing is, if in my head, for a centre midfielder or a CDM, I want somebody with good defensive setup and then good passing and good passing play styles, let me either build that or find that. And so I think that's what we're going to do going forward. Like, I've got so many Evos to work with as well, and so many fun cards. Like, for example, the Curse of the Left, guys. There's no Arsenal player that fits in this. So I think to myself, what do I want from my left midfielder? I want a left footer. I want them to have whip pass. I want them to have tiki and incisive. So what can I do? How can I build that? So he's got whip pass, Igor Paichal there. He's also got technical, which is banging. He's right-footed, though, so not so banging. I really want my left midfielder to have a left foot. But I'm going to go and find, I'm not going to do it right now, but I am going to go and find players to put in those evos. I will start by looking at Arsenal players. What do I need in the team? How is my team? How, like, whatever my best team is, you know, we've got so many cards for like Gauntlet and tournaments and stuff. I don't need to like focus those things anymore. Like, we've just got so much. We need an 85 rated squad here. That's mad. Yeah, I don't really need to focus those things. I just, you know what I mean? Like, I could just do those things. So what I'll look at is every time an Evo comes, does an Arsenal player currently fit in it? Yes or no? And if the answer is yes, they go in it. But if the answer is no, then can an Arsenal player eventually fit in it? Like, and it be good and worthwhile? If once again the answer is still no, who fits in it then? Who's our best player? Let's go and build some absolutely banging squads. Like, so for example, now off the back of that, this Marcos Llorente, we might see him feature now. Do you know what I mean? He's the sort of player where it's like, yeah, do you know what? A Marcos Llorente Evo that maybe he's been Evoable already and I've just missed it or whatever, but he could be an absolute banger for an Evo, couldn't he? And it would be way more of a meta player and a meta team and some better meta, and it would just be good. For today, though, because I want to use this card, what we're going to do is I'm going to have to, like, quite literally, thanks to EA's lack of giving you the ability to really kind of like figure out your evos on the game, I'm literally going to have to go and build a spreadsheet and kind of like put pen to paper for each evo. Who do I want in it? How do I want them? Who do I want? And I will absolutely, of course, keep the Arsenal side of evos, because I think we've got some brilliant evoed cards. This Enquiries is very good. Jesus and Trossard up front is going to be a banger. This Yuri and Timber is starting to look really, really good. You know, we're in a healthy spot with so many of these cards, and these promo cards, this Little Kim and this Hines and stuff. We're going to eventually, very soon, because they're all solo rated, we're going to be able to evo these cards as well. And so because of that, I'm just kind of like looking forwards to having a good Arsenal team and then evoing them where possible, but having in general just a good evo team. And that will include some meta evos. It will include some Arsenal evos. It will include some cards where I'm like, yeah, I really want to take like a really low rated player and like boost them up, things like that. But it definitely has to change, because at this moment, like, and yeah, at this moment, it's just not working. And I don't even have anyone in my midfield. Only Enquiries in my whole front line has tiki-taka, which is quite disappointing, if I'm being honest. We've got Can, who's got incisive. I don't want to put Jordi Alba in there. Oh, Eze's got Tiki plus. But here's the problem with Eze. I don't have a position for him unless I change formation. And I tried the 4-4-1-1. I really didn't like it. Do I want to play a 4-3-3? I can't, because Eze and Trossard occupy the same spots. Do I want to play the 4-2-4? Definitely not. Do I want to play a 4-1-2-1-2 wide? Possibly so. Possibly so. That would then give me the ability to use Eze to start, and then to use... Oh, actually, no, yeah, to use Eze to start, and then to bring Erdegaard on with his incisive pass a little bit later to split open the defenders. I've also got this brilliant Gale card. She's got Tech Plus and Incisive. She's a cam as well, actually. Decky Rice can go back into that DM spot. Has Little got Tiki? No, she's got Incisive. See what I mean as well? Like almost none of my players here from Arsenal have got tiki-taka at all. Something I really need to work on. However, for the rest of today, because I've been yapping away already for 20 minutes, we're just going to play one champs game, our first champs game with this team, with Hines in the team for new formation, and yeah, just for me to get your feedback on it, basically. Because like I say, I didn't want to talk about that whilst I was playing, because I know if I talked about it whilst I was playing, I would let the frustration and stress of the gameplay get at me whilst I was doing it. I just didn't. Oh, I might not even be qualified for champs. Do I have enough points? Yes, I do. Good. Oh, I thought I don't. I haven't played. Yeah, I played rivals afterwards. Okay. Yeah, I didn't want to talk about that during the gameplay, but and I think I've never seen, guys. I've never seen the community sentiment so low ever in any game, even in the games where it was like bad. You know, like FIFA 19 had some really bad moments. I think FC25, with all due respect, had some really bad moments. I'm seeing people who are, like, I've said this in a few videos, but I'll just say it again because I find it to be just so true. I've seen people who are perennial, like, positive people, like people like Zwayback is just talking on stream, not specifically right now, but in some of the streams I've watched from him over the last week, how he just doesn't think he can play this game the whole year, and how this game is like, it's like getting the better of him. I'm seeing Orzio, guys. Orzio last year, I used to watch him for inspiration, right? Because he'd be so composed, so calm, so cool under pressure, and he would just go and win everything. He'll go 15-0 in about an hour because it'll just absolutely destroy people constantly. And I'd look at that and I think, okay, this is the mentality I need, right? I need this mentality of, let me just stay calm, let me just stay composed, let me just try and enjoy myself. And sometimes I would get benefits out of it, bosh, and sometimes I wouldn't. But Orzio was always positive. He'd have the odd like little complaint here and there, you know, he'd make a pass and he'll go, oh, come on, man, I didn't pass it that direction or whatever. No different to anyone else. But he would never get like irate because he knew how to play the game and he knew how to win in the game, right? He knew full well what he had to do to create goals and goal scoring opportunities. This year, I've seen him get stressed and flustered more than ever before. I've seen him lose games more than ever before. Like, I honestly think he's lost already more games this year than he lost in FC25 altogether. I've seen him kind of like talk negatively about the game more than literally ever before. And I think to myself, if the people that are usually the cool, calm cucumbers are feeling the heat of this game, what chance have the rest of us got? That's what I genuinely feel. And I tried to think about, like, what is it? That's just bad. That's just bad. What is it that EA have done that has caused this kind of disdain towards the game? And the only thing I can think of, there's two things, and I spoke about one of these in a video a couple of days ago, and I really didn't I didn't articulate myself well, and I'll try better today. But the first thing that EA have done is they have raised the skill floor to being very, very, very easy. Oh dear, that's poor, isn't it? To being very, very, very easy. So your bad players are just much better because the AI will do most of the things for you now. But they've also like raised how difficult it is to get very good at this game, due to the fact that the things you need to be able to do to get very good at this game sometimes require an extra hand. And, you know, people don't have extra hands. And so if you can't, like, manipulate your hands on the controller good enough to do a player lock or a this or that, ping, pang, a back through and then a quick over the top through ball or some quick left stick dribbling and then switch and then hit a skill move cancel. And if you just can't do that, you are screwed. You are genuinely screwed. And so that is the first biggest problem, is that EA have made it way too easy to get quite good at this game, which now means everybody is quite good at this game, which obviously for people like me really sucks because it's just kind of like really pulled up the general quality of the game. And that doesn't benefit people in my kind of like skill area. You know, I think a lot of people that were kind of, is he offside because it wouldn't let me switch on there? I think a lot of people that are like I think a lot of people that were in that sort of like 10 or 11 win range last year have either gone on this year to become sort of like 13, 14, 15 win players, or they've gone on to become like sort of like struggling like I am this year, because those games that were like tough last year are now even tougher because they have made that skill floor, they've made it a lot lower. So your average player is just naturally better at the game, literally due to the fact that they've handheld people up, like, that were down there. And so it means that the general competitiveness of the game has increased just so significantly. And then, like I say, like to then get to the I'm very good at the game stage, which I'm not this year. Like some years I'm like, yeah, I have moments where I feel like I'm just brilliant. This year is not one of those years. I do not feel this year like I am in a moment where I can get very good at this game. I just don't see it happening. I'm struggling with it too much. And I think more importantly, I'm not enjoying it at all. Well, you know, for the most part, there are, as we've discussed already, many elements of what I really do like in this game. But yeah, I think they've raised that floor so that it's just really easy for people to get good at this game, or just not even get good, just be good at the game. But then they've similarly made it ridiculously difficult to separate yourself in that skill gap, right? And for some people that might be, I don't know, but that might be ideal. Some people might be loving that. But usually if I would say like a situation like that, you would get like a split community. You'd get some people saying, oh, I like this, or, you know, look at goalkeeper movement. People are so split on that, aren't they? Some people love goalkeeper movement. Some people absolutely hate goalkeeper movement. It's like, it's such a contentious topic because there's not one obvious yes or no, right or wrong situation with it. However, how has he scored that? However, when it comes to the kind of general enjoyment levels of this game, I think people are just unanimously in agreement that this game just isn't fun. And I think I was thinking about this, like I say, and I spoke about it before on one of the videos. I can't remember specifically which one, so sorry if I'm just kind of like repeating myself over and over. But the biggest problem with this game right now is because the gameplay isn't fun, getting better doesn't help. And the reason why getting better doesn't help is because you don't actually it doesn't actually get easier by getting better, because every game mode is so competitive, because the friendlies modes, the live events, is so competitive. The gauntlet, super competitive. The tournament, in fact, gauntlet is probably the least competitive and the most fun. The tournaments are hyper competitive, especially like the ones that you have to win a tournament. Draft is hyper competitive. Champs and rivals are hyper competitive. So even if you went out of your way to get better and you move up from like Division 4 to Division 1 standard, you're not now all of a sudden sitting there going, oh, this is a breath of fresh air. I'm really enjoying myself. You are still sweating your nuts off against every single opponent every single time. And because of that, because there is no like freedom, no kind of like, there's nothing casual about this game is what I'm trying to say. It's having this effect and this impact where actually getting better at the game doesn't help you this year, because everything is just so goddamn sweaty. But as a result, casuals, and I say casuals, and what I say by casuals, I mean like the genuine casuals, not, oh, I'm casual, I only get sort of 5 wins in champs casual, but casual like, I play once a week on a Friday evening with my pals casual. These guys are leaving, because why would you play this game? Why would you play this game? It is, as I say, so unbelievably difficult and sweaty in every single area that you wouldn't want to come back to it. And so with people leaving more and more, it's leaving just hardcore players. And by the fact that it's leaving just hardcore players, leaves us in a world, how's he got that? I should have double tapped that. Leaves us in a world where it becomes even more sweaty, and the kind of like the problem compounds. also, like, that chance I had there, just there, that is such a big this is one of the reasons why I hate the game, right? What happened right there, by the way. It is such a good opportunity for a through ball. But because I didn't double tap the pass, it didn't connect, right? If I had double tapped the pass, it would have gone through, I would have scored a goal, and I'd be sitting here really happy because I'm 3-2 up, right? That would be nice. But because I didn't do an action that you shouldn't have to do to make a pass connect, I didn't score the goal. And I just find it to be not fun, literally. Not fun, literally. I can double tap the shot nice and easy, can't I? I just can't double tap the passes very well. And so, yeah, I think when it comes to this road to glory, I was thinking about today before I came onto the video, okay, what areas of this game am I enjoying? Instead of talking about what I'm not enjoying, let me speak freely about what I am enjoying. And that's why what I am enjoying, what I'm genuinely enjoying at the moment, see, that's for, oh, I don't even know who that is it Rice? What I'm genuinely enjoying at the moment is evolutions. They are the thing that make me, I should have shot that first time. I thought I was going to take a touch to like low drive it. Yeah, they, I think the one thing that just make me, like, when I wake up every morning, I come into my office and think, right, what am I going to do today? The first thing I'm doing every day is like, oh, what evos am I working on right now? What have I got? Because that's what I'm enjoying. That is genuinely the kind of like soul part of this game that I am currently finding fun. Which is mad, innit? Which is mad. That's going to be game over here. Is it? Maybe not. Maybe he's making subs, which gives me a minute to make some subs as well. Let's bring Saka on. Let's bring Gale on over Eze. I thought Eze was brilliant in that camera, although, by the way, I don't know how many assists he's got, if any at all. But he's been very, very good. Let's bring Zubamendi on for Rice, and I want to bring Leah on, but I want to take her off again immediately. I'm just going to have to leave her on. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to be able to bring her back off again. We'll be fine. So I just wanted her to get the game played thing. So now what I can do is put Trossard at left mid, Gale at striker, and Erdegaard at cam. There we go. And that gives us the squad for the final 20 minutes of this game to see if we can come through and get our first win. And of course, you know, all of this talk comes off the back of our best weekend league last weekend, where we got 10 wins with this Arsenal team, which, by the way, I was beaming about last weekend. I even forgot that I got 10 wins when I went and had a look at one of the objectives. Mate, did you see Declan Rice get stuck on the post there? What is that? Yeah, I was looking at the objectives and it was like, oh, however many wins you need in champs for the month to get the sort of the evolutions and stuff. And I was like, oh, why does it say I've got 10 wins? And I was like, oh yeah, I got 10 wins. I should have double tapped again. I'm going to concede off of a counter attack here because I didn't double tap. Let's go, Alex Scott. So anyway, that's where my head's at, guys. And I don't want the RTG to be something that constantly chops and changes, right? But obviously it's going to have to if the kind of way the game is chops and changes. It's going to have to, because I'm not going to like sit here and force myself to do something that I'm really not enjoying just because I said that this year I would do like A, B, or C. I'm not going to force myself. I'm just not going to force myself to do it. I was thinking, like, in my head, I was literally thinking, is it time to like end this RTG already? Like, and it's like it possibly is. But I don't want to, because I do enjoy playing it. But it might already be time, guys, to like upload it way less, upload it with purpose only, you know, like play for 2 or 3 days until something significant has happened, and rather than have it as like a daily diary, have it as like a, yeah, okay, we're doing stuff now, you know. Oh, Jesus, he's got to score that. You know, like, okay, we've got like something massive, and so here's the update sort of thing. It might already be at that stage, you know, it might be there. I don't know. Oh, surprise, surprise, this guy's got Claudia Pina. And I do think as well, guys, right, that is a real big, like, I want to look at his team real quick. It is a real big reasoning factor as to why I'm not enjoying this game so much. Is quite literally and genuinely because, and this is what I said at the start, and why I didn't want to do it during gameplay, because I didn't want people to feel like it was because I was losing or something as to why I felt like this or whatever. But people use the same team, formation, play styles, and players as everyone else. Williams, every game. Pina, every game. Mendy, Marquinhos, Bremer, all the time. His bench, he's got some fun players on the bench, to be fair, some players you don't see often. This guy, he's moved into a 4-2-4, which obviously, did he start with a 4-2-4? He might have done, to be fair. But it's like, it doesn't matter what level you're at. I'm in Division 5 right now, trying to like get back up the divisions after the division reset. I'm in Division 5 right now, and even in Division 5, everybody runs the same thing. And that's what I'm saying about, like, one of the issues that we've got, I suppose, is that play styles are overly important again this year. There's not a lot of players in the game that have the perfect combination of play styles, and there's even less of them that are affordable, which is obvious then why people go into the market and buy the same players over and over. I was clinical in front of goal there, by the way. And so, yeah, it's I'm not even upset at people like for using the same player all the time, using the same team, the same formation all the time. I have players as well that people see everywhere, right? I'm not trying to like pretend that I am better than or whatever just because I've got some Arsenal players or whatever. It is just boring. It is just boring. It becomes just really tiresome seeing the same team and the same players and the same formation and the same tactics every single game. Right, the Ghostly Guardian, guys. I'm going to have to figure somebody out to put on there. I did get one. I did finally pack again. The guy, my Evo. Well, I didn't pack the Evo version, but I finally packed again. What's his name? Mosquera, which is going to allow me now to re-Evo him because I accidentally put my Mosquera. I'm really disappointed in that one because my Mosquera was sick. This one looks like it could be good, to be fair. Good defending and physical, good pace. We'll still need a bit of work, but he's only 82 rated. So we are going to put the Portuguese backline train on Mosquera. Like I said, if there's an Arsenal player that fits, the Arsenal player will fit. If there's not, they won't. Also, the Scream More, so that's max 64. We're going to have to find a new player for that. There was a new striker one, though, wasn't there? That I thought, or maybe not, that I thought Leah could go into, but I guess not. But let's see if we completed anything there. No, I didn't even complete anything for a pack or anything. And so for today, guys, yeah, I'm like, I keep getting into this habit of being like, oh, sorry about that. Like, sorry about what I was talking about here. I'm not really sorry about it. Like, this is the state of the game. I'm not going to pretend the game is all good, all roses and stuff. Like, when I think the state of the game is in a really poor place. I think EA have really under-delivered with FC26, and I think they're panicking because of it, and they're trying things to make it work, and it's making it worse. But I'm not going to pretend that the game's good because of views or viewership or trying to appease people. But I also am not in a position where I'm like fed up with the game completely. Like I say, the Evo side of this game is something I've wanted in the game for years. You know, Pez has had it since like way back when. Like This Is Football had it back in like 2004, like a way to like grow players and add stats and things like that. Like, I still like the Evo side of things, and I still get genuine enjoyment out of it, and enjoyment out of like certain aspects of the menus. Like, I've already grinded the minor league SBC or the mixed league SBC like 28 times since it's come out, like since it got released. I don't even think I did it 28 times all of last year, the whole year. So it's like, there are still elements of fun in this game, but the sad reality is that the elements of fun that remain kind of take away from what I wanted this Road to Glory to be. But I also am not going to sit here and try and pretend that it's going to be this like RTG where I wanted to, you know, I really wanted to grind, guys. Every SBC, every objective, every player. I've already missed out on 2 or 3 objectives. I've missed out on some cards that I kind of would have wanted, you know, like that Pogba. I kind of wanted that Pogba. I didn't want to, like, I knew he would never be in my team for like a significant period of time, but I wanted to try him, I wanted to use him, I wanted to play with him. But he was just too expensive for a Road to Glory player. It was just too expensive for a free-to-play player, you know? And so you guys are obviously like sitting in the same boat where you're probably, you know, probably even worse than me because I play this game a lot more than other people, where it's like, I want to do Rashford. In terms of the players, who do I want? I want to do Rashford for sure. I want to do on a battle. I've started on Busquets now. We've got 3 more segments to go with him. I want to try this Cambiasso card. I wouldn't mind these 2 cards. I just think their SBC prices are just ludicrous. I will complete this because I think the left mid in the other one is pretty good. I think this card, I would love to try this card, but she's just stupid expensive. Like Park Ji-sung would be okay. And I'm not asking for EA to like give away these players. I'm not asking for EA to sit here and be like, oh, look, Alba Redondo is a bronze squad, enjoy. But because there's no way, like the packs in the game right now are terrible. There's no way to farm, to grind. There's no like infinite grind. I'm just kind of sat here like, how would I even go about trying to get all of these cards? I would have to start trading. I don't want to trade. Goes against like the whole point of the game. I want to rip packs, get players and play with them. I don't want to sit here and invest my 135,000 coins in something that hopefully when I wake up in the morning is worth 185,000, so that the next day I can invest my 185 and hopefully that becomes 250, and then the next day that 250 hopefully becomes 400k, and then hopefully in like 4 weeks time I've got like 3 million coins where I can now freely do like SBCs and so on and so forth. Like I just like, that doesn't sound like fun to me. Anyway, guys, I am going to end that here because I can feel myself getting into that real kind of like negative vibe thing again. And you don't want to listen to that. And I don't want you to listen to that. So for today, that is going to be the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. I'm out. Peace.